What's going on, everybody? It's the NBA Guru Show. I'm Zach. This is Naf. We're back. We had a show last week. We're doing a show tonight. Gonna talk some NBA Finals. Gonna talk a little bit some trades, Kings, some rumor mill of what we're hearing here with the Kings, and definitely we got some a little out of the box here. Cousins getting absolutely ejected today for some craziness. Malice in the Palace 2.0 in Puerto Rico. Some crazy stuff going on. But how you doing, Nav? How you enjoying the first two games of the NBA Finals?
Yeah, man, the first game was wild. That was reminiscent of game one. I mean, just the Pacers pretty much the entire playoffs. Game one versus Denver, game one versus the Knicks. I mean, but game two was kind of a dud yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, my prediction already debunked after game one. So I thought it was going to be a sweep, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting these next couple of games.
Yeah, it's going back to Indiana for Game Three, will be on Wednesday, and then I believe Game Four is on Friday. Um, It's gonna be we'll see. I mean, yeah, the first game was crazy. Tyrese the comeback. Indiana outscored them by 10 in that fourth quarter. I don't even know like their offense was kind of similar to both games, but I feel like they made the 3-point game was on the first game, and I still can't believe they won with 24 turnovers. That's pretty crazy. They only had one lead, and that was with zero point 0.3 seconds. A lot of like weird things that happened that just fell in the lap of Indiana to make it happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I don't know, like what do you think? What did OKC do wrong in that fourth quarter to get the Pacers to come back?
What they did wrong was they went small ball for no
Yeah.
when they didn't even they had never went small ball before in that game. So for some reason, I mean, if you want to bench one of Chet or Hartenstein, like I get that, but
Mhm.
to bench both of them, I think it cost them. I mean, they got killed on the boards, 56-39. But yeah, I just think going small ball was the wrong choice, and I think that pretty much is what cost them the game in game one. I
Mhm.
think that's just where Dagnall's inexperience caught up to him, and Carlisle just outcoached him in that game. And I mean, that's what the Pacers wanted. They just needed to steal one and steal home court, and they did. But I think that's what that lost them the game. And I mean, they started the game also. I think he just Galaxy brain the whole game. To be honest, like he started the
Mhm.
game with Case and Wallace, which they had not done all playoffs. So that was interesting, and that's fine if you want to start the game with one big. Like I understand, it might be better to go small against this Indiana team, but
Yeah.
I just think going with zero bigs and benching Chet specifically, even though he wasn't having a good game, I think that's pretty much what cost them game one.
Yeah. I get benching one of the big guys like you said. I would bench a Hartenstein over Chet. I like the length that Chet brings and just to being that like kind of goalie in the center. Hartenstein, I think, was getting cooked a little bit on like screens and pick and rolls and stuff like that. But Chet, they kind of know if they have just one of those guys in, they kind of know how to hide him just in the paint. They do all these crazy switches. They're aligned like puppets. Their defense is great, so just having one of them, I think, is good just to kind of be a goalie in that paint. But they took away both of them, so that did cost them, like you said. And I think also Pacers just making their threes. They made a decent amount of threes in that first game. They shot 46% from three. I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel like if you shoot like way better than the other team in threes, you're gonna win the game. Like it's just a 3-point basket. You just make your threes. You're more than not, you're going to win the game. They shot 46 the first game. The second game, they shot 35. Uh, that's a big difference. I know the rebounds were a little similar. Actually, OKC out rebounded them by 8 in that second game. And then the first game, Pacers out rebounded them by like, what was that, like
17.
17? So, yeah, those are two big differences. I think the rebound margin they had kind of neutralized their big turnover like deficit that they
Yeah,
had,
for
like
sure.
18, whatever was it, turnovers was 25-7.
25
So
to
there's an
7.
18 turnover difference. So maybe that neutralized that, and then they won the threes. So But OKC kind of won like every category, like marginally. They were better in shooting, they're better in threes, they're better in free throws, they're better in rebounds, just everything they were a little bit better in. And even turnovers, they had even amount, but points in the paint, yeah, everything. And their defense is swarming. But yeah, it's I mean, a lot the big headline is, oh, everyone's hating on Tyrese because he's not shooting a lot, he's not making a lot of baskets. I don't know, like I don't think that's his game. I feel like he's just like a
Not his
Chris
game.
Paul. Yeah, he's just like a Chris Paul, 20 and 10 type player. He's not trying to get the 30. He's not trying to get 35. I don't get why all the media is just attacking him for that. That's just not his game. The other guys just got to step through and make their shots.
Yeah, that's not his game. He's more of like a facilitating point guard, like Jason Kidd, kind of Steve Nash. These guys aren't going to score like go out and like score 40 and
Yeah.
just like take over a game. But also like people just I don't know, the media is just always like super recency bias. Like they want to call him a superstar, top 10 player, like after game one, and like let's just relax on everything. I think people just need to slow down in the media.
Mhm.
People start calling him a superstar. They start calling him like a top 10 player, and then he has a dud like game two where he was just super passive. And just yeah, I mean a lot of his points came in garbage time. But yeah,
Mhm.
so I think
Yeah.
it sort of just flips both ways. That's how it is with the media, especially like the big national media. They just want to talk about, this person who showed up today, who's got to take more shots, who's got to do this, who's got to do that. And Tyrese is just a victim of that. That's what happens when the spotlight's on you in the NBA finals.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, you're right. That's not his game. He's more like a facilitating point guard. I do think he was in game two. He was a little bit passive. I think
Mhm.
he could have been a bit more aggressive. Just I mean, he does. The thing with Tyrese is like he likes to hunt. That's why he was doing well versus like New York. He was able to hunt like Brunson, but you can't really hunt
Yeah.
anyone on this OKC team.
And their
So he's
help is so
gonna
good.
yeah, and their help is so good. Like he's not the type of guy to like he's not like, as the kids say, he doesn't really have like a bag where he can just go and like KD or just like go get his own shot every single time down the court.
Yeah.
So it needs to be a group effort. I think just him and Siakam can't have bad games like they did yesterday. I think one of them has to. I mean, ideally both of them if you're gonna
Yeah.
win. But if two of them don't show up, then yeah, you could just
It's
it's
over.
lights out on this series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere like his 5 turnovers was like a playoff high for yeah, 5 turnovers right here. Season was the playoff and season high for him in game two. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean that's crazy. But OKC I mean, they just hounded him, man. Lou Dort
It's
specifically.
Yeah, it's one of the best defenses we've seen in a while. And Dort is crazy, man. He's guarding Tyrese like a glove. Like he's just on him, and he's just a bigger guy than him, so he's kind of beefing him. He's going through all the screens whenever they do a pick and roll and stuff. Like he's going through them pretty good, and so he's keeping up with Tyrese. And if they do have to switch, they got like Caruso or Kaysen or Jalen. I mean, it's just crazy. They have the flexibility of OKC is just really elite, and it's the best switching maybe we've seen in a minute.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
so like just Dort on Tyrese. I mean, that's why Tyrese is just having difficulty like doing anything and becoming like in the 20 points that everyone wants, and he just can't. He's being a little flustered by him, and he can't really get through this wall of all this switching and help, and
Yeah.
I mean, they swipe like crazy. All these guys, everyone's swiping on him. He's losing the ball a lot. He had 5 turnovers to the last game, but yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens in Indiana. I
The
don't know, like
switching and like the rotation speed, that's the thing. Like not just switching all five, but like if it gets like discombobulated, like they're able to like rotate so quick and like out to whoever the open man is, like whether it's a weak side player. So I mean it's just yeah, the rotation speed I think is just
yeah.
like one of the best like ever, honestly,
Yeah.
we've ever seen in the NBA. So it's hard, man. I don't know, like we mentioned in our preview show, it's gonna be hard for Indiana. I mean, like you said, we were talking about game one where you mentioned, 25 turnovers But I mean, the problem with OKC in that game was they scored 11 points off 25 turnovers. So
Yeah.
like you can't score 11 points off 25 turnovers.
Yeah.
You need to score more than that. Game one was just, I don't know. Game one was crazy. So many things just that could have went wrong for
Yeah.
OKC. So yeah, I don't know. And then game two, like they just sort of they kind of I kind of thought they came out kind of like tight, nervous. I thought that
Yeah.
maybe like Indiana would be able to jump on that, but they never did. And then I think by like the end of the second quarter, I mean, with this Indiana team, you can't really count them out. Obviously, with all the comebacks they've had in the postseason, but they never really get it. They never really let Indiana get back in the game. OKC after like the second quarter, I think when they went on that run, and I think it was just over
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, they do a good job for the switching part, like, just keeping Chet near the paint, and they know how to switch where, like, if they're trying to get Chet in a pick and roll, they know how to
Yeah,
keep him away from that and stuff. So it's pretty elite, and just like you said, that second quarter, like, they were outscored by 6 the first quarter, okay, fine, that's fine, but then 12 in that second quarter, and then 1 in the third, and they actually outscored them in the fourth, so I know it was kinda garbage time, but I mean, they kept up for pretty much every quarter. It's just that second quarter run was the one that killed them. So,
that's what
um,
happened in game one. They absolutely blew them out in the second half. They won the second
yeah,
half 53-64. So
yeah,
64 points in the second half in game one. So I thought that maybe they might have just there was a chance that maybe they figured something out, but
mhm.
yeah, it didn't really happen in game two.
Man, I still can't believe, man, OKC. Like, do people not talk enough about the OKC having 68 wins? Like, I feel like that's pretty. No one really
Yeah,
talks about it. I think that's a lot of. I mean,
they
it's
almost won
almost
70.
70.
They
I
could have.
mean,
I feel like they could have won 70.
yeah. Like, I don't know, I mean,
I don't know.
I
People
don't
just like because they feel like the season's watered down, so maybe it's just not talked about as much. But yeah, 68 is crazy. I wonder where
I
that
guess.
ranks in like all time season wins. That's got to be up there.
Yeah, now,
Now
I
they're
gotta
at
think
like 80 wins, I think,
oh,
after
yeah,
these
with
playoffs.
yeah, yeah.
I think
Um,
so like 80 wins. Usually, if you finish like a total season in playoffs with over 80 wins, those are like some of the greatest historical teams ever.
uh,
Um, but yeah, I think that my prediction is I think Indiana has to win not just game three, but they have to win game four too. I think if it comes back to
yeah,
Oklahoma 2-2, I think then it's gonna be it's over. And if they don't win game three, then I think it might just end in five, kind of
yeah,
shades of 2001 Lakers Sixers, where the Iverson step over game where they stole game one and then just lost the next four.
yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see what Rick Carlisle has in his bag. I think that they did play a little. They played zone a couple of plays in game two, but
mhm,
they never really deployed zone. I think that they keep going over like when Shea sets a screen, whether it's like guard or like with someone else, they keep going over for some reason, and Shea just is kind of like cooking them on that. So
yeah,
if I was them, I would just like Neesmith is one of the best navigating through screens.
mhm,
So I think if I was Indiana, I would not go over. I don't, especially since they're setting the screens high up, like 35 feet. It's like far away from the 3-point line. So, but still, I would go under Shea's screen. I don't like his 3-point shooting to me. Like if he
just
wants to
taking a
take a
bet on
step
it.
back three or
Yeah,
like three, then I'll live with that. I feel like once he gets to like if you go over, then he could easily like get to his spots or make that pass. So if I'm Indiana, I would not. I know they've been doing that with Nemhard and Neesmith a lot. So I mean that's an adjustment. Maybe play more zone, but we'll see if like we said in the preview show with zone, maybe just make. I mean, we got to shout out Aaron Wiggins in game two. Man, he was
yeah,
he was
he was
big
crazy.
at five
Yeah.
threes. Um,
He was wide
Playing
open on a
real
lot of them.
he was open. Yeah, that was the Indiana defense getting confused and
Yeah,
all because they were whether they were doubling Shea and he was just passing out of it and they were just rotating the ball well. So yeah, that's the thing. Maybe you just hope like Aaron Wiggins or like whoever it is, whether it's Caruso. I think Caruso actually had a
4 for
really
8
good
as
game
well.
too.
4 for
Yeah,
8 from
really
3 as
good
well.
game from three. Yeah, so maybe they just on the road. They say role players play better at home. Maybe in Indiana,
Yeah.
you just gotta hope they miss these shots and don't let don't let Shea get 38 or just let Shea beat you because I don't think that's really a path to win these finals for Indiana.
Yeah, they gotta try to do a way where I mean, like, yeah, if they could try to play a zone where they're letting like Dort and Shea shoot the threes instead of like Caruso um and Wiggins or something. But like Caruso, he didn't shoot that well from three this year.
He didn't.
Uh, he shot 35 from three. So I don't know. I mean, you could maybe try to bet on that on the road a little bit.
Even in the
Uh,
playoffs, I think like the previous rounds, he wasn't even like shooting
that crazy.
that well from three. So yeah, I mean, like you
But
said, Caruso, Dort, like just live with those threes.
yeah, and
Even though
whatever
Dort hit
happens, happens.
5 in game 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 5. But still, I mean, like,
Yes.
yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just like, yeah, just get like playing zone here and there. Like I know they did a little bit, but like just a little bit more. And what about a box one on Shea or something? Is that do it like a little Raptors 2019 on Curry?
Box 1. Um,
Do they have a
yeah,
guy?
that could work. Box and 1, just follow Shea and then have the defenders just zone up on the elbow areas because that is where like OKC does get a lot of action there. So I
Yeah,
think a box and 1, yeah. I mean, why not give it? I mean, there's like you got to try to different things, man. You can't
yeah,
just go
yeah,
out with what you're doing because yeah, I mean OKC like in game 2 just absolutely dominated. Even most of game 1, I mean, before the meltdown.
yeah,
So yeah, I think a box and 1 is actually a good idea. That could be something they could try with but I don't know. Yeah, I guess put Nemhard or Neesmith and just follow Shea around.
yeah. And just press your luck with a 3-point shots from those guys again. And if they are
Yeah,
making them, then change it up. But give it a shot. And I don't know. Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be
they'd have
tough to
to
beat these
go.
guys. I think if they do, like you said, if they do want to win this series, they got to win both of these at home and get a 3-1 back to OKC and hope to win in that game six probably or something.
You think if it
But
goes back 2-2, it's over?
even if it goes back 2-2, I still think there's still a chance it goes seven or something.
That's
But I
true.
still think OKC wins it. Like I still
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
OKC, yeah.
You have to
Uh,
at least, yeah. What about game 3? Do you think game 3 is must win for Indiana?
no, I don't think it's must win. It's must
Yeah.
win if they lose.
I mean,
Or
I guess
sorry, if
game
it's
4 then would be
game
game
four is
4 would be
must
must
win.
win. Yeah, if
Yeah,
they
game
lose
three
in
they
game
can
4. Yeah, I
because
just
they're
feel
they're
like, man, if they lose game 3, the pressure is gonna be totally on them in game 4.
s-
Like the pressure
yeah,
completely shifts to them.
yeah, that's
So
true. They got to be perfect on that one. Yeah, they
so
do. That's fair. But I mean, like, yeah, it's like it's still not must win yet. That like I don't know. They got to must win game four if they lose game three for sure.
yeah, I mean, they did their job. They got home court. You just
Yeah,
gotta protect home court. Indiana has a good home court too, but
yeah. Let's see
yeah,
what their standings were just for fun here and on the road.
yeah. What was OKC on the
Or
road?
29-11 at home for Pacers. That's pretty good. That's the second best in the East.
Yeah, OKC
Uh,
has a great record on the road, 32-8. That's crazy.
about
32-8 is crazy.
and even yeah, man, best point differential of all time.
You said Thunder in 5. Sticking with
I
that?
said yes. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I gotta stick with it. I think they could win the four. I think it was just a fluke that first game. I don't.
Really?
I don't know, man. Like they like. I mean, yeah, Indiana's done like 10 times, but like I just don't expect it from OKC. Like I think they just like let off the gas just a little bit, and just everything went right in that last 2.5 minutes. What they were up like nine with like 2 minutes left or something, 2.5
Yeah.
minutes. Something like that. I know it's the Indiana Pacers. They've done it many times, so it's not really a fluke anymore. But I feel like against the OKC, it was a little lucky. They blew them out in that second game. Um, I just think the defense is too good and too swarmy. They're swiping around. I think that they're cutting this. They're blocking the snake, the head of the snake with Tyrese. I think they can. If they keep playing like if they keep like limiting Tyrese like they did in this game too, I think they should be comfortable for the rest of the series. So I don't know.
Yeah. Did you
Like
see the stat where they
Dort
had
was
like who?
Dort was like cooking like Tyrese.
Dor was locking them up in game
Yeah.
2. I think,
What are you
did you
saying?
see the stat where they had the fewest passes of any team in the playoffs?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Game
yeah.
1,
That was
OKC,
crazy. Yeah.
207. You know what's crazy? Like in game 2, they had I think like 238. Yeah. So it was like one of their
least amount.
like yeah,
Oh,
in
what
like
was
the
it for
100
game
games
one?
they
You had what
played.
was it?
207 in game one, 207 total passes.
And
So
then
I think both
238
these
in game
teams, like,
two.
man, yeah, look at the fast breaks points is crazy. Like nine and 9 fast break points for the Pacers and 4 for the Thunder in game two. So like you could tell like the transition defenses like of both these teams like is clearly like an emphasis. Like
Yeah,
they don't want the other team to run.
no, for
Um
sure.
and it's easy one obviously like for OKC. 10 fast break points for the Pacers in game 111 for OKC. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's easy when you're making your shots obviously to get set in your transition defense. So I think that's what OKC was really doing in game 2. But yeah, I think yeah, Halliburton has to play better. Siakam has to play better.
yeah.
Siakam too. I think Siakam was good in game 1. 19 points, 10 rebounds on 7 of 15, but yeah, he was not good in game 2. I don't think there was really honestly any pacer that showed up in game 2. Yeah, 15 points, 7 rebounds on 3 of 11.
Yeah, like we said, he's the X factor. He's got to get close to like 25, 30 a
Yeah,
game.
this is not good enough.
I know
Um,
he only had 15 the first game, but I still think he's got to go 25-ish. Because he has the best like wing. He has the best length for the team to kind of dominate a little bit.
yeah, and I guess they did play finally because I don't think they played double big at all in game 1, but in game 2 they went to it. I think, but that was all mainly when Obi Toppin and Thomas Bryant were on the floor and Halliburton was off. So
Mhm.
they're still, I think, utilizing sort of like a small or with one big at least with Chet on the court. So they're really just utilizing that double big when they have like Toppin and Thomas Bryant and you know some non-athletic really on
Yeah,
some of the least athletic players on Indiana. So we'll see what Dagnall does if he sticks with that. I mean that was a big thing heading into game 2 and yeah, I was kind of surprised when the lineup came out and it was the same as game 1,
yeah,
but at least he was able to go to it during the game instead of
yeah.
just sticking his guns and being arrogant.
Like Siakam scores 21 a game in the regular season. His first two games against OKC's 19 and 15. So I mean, he's got to get up like close to 25, man. He's just got to.
Yeah, 21 is not gonna do it.
Yeah. Cody's in the buildings. What's up? Good to see you, Cody.
Cody.
Just, but yeah, I mean, I think we got some good NBA final stuff. Let's just talk some. We'll see what happens. I mean, well, if you had to change, so yeah, it's not like a sweep anymore. What do you think the prediction is?
Damn, man.
What do you what do you think the
That was
prediction
not
is
a
now?
sweep. Honestly, like this is hard to read. I thought Indiana found out some things in game 1
Yeah,
and then game 2 I thought was just disappointing. I think oh man, I kind of want to lean towards OKC in 5.
yeah.
I think yeah.
Next four in a row.
Yeah, I think OKC will win the next 3 and
Yeah,
yeah, like you said 4 in a row and yeah, I
the
just don't
defense is
see it
too
with the
nice.
Pacers, man.
Yeah,
Halliburton, like we said, just he's not that type of player to like win a thing. He's not gonna do like Allen Iverson game 1,
yeah,
where he just drops 40. I mean Siakam too. There's none of these. It's not really his game. I think Siakam obviously is the best ISO player on the Pacers, although Nemhard obviously has been lighting it up too. Man, I don't know. Like we said, unless they like do box in one or go zone, and that just completely like shocks OKC into like where they just or there's like a complex zone that they throw at them where like yeah, it just absolutely perplexes OKC to where they get shocked by it and lose the next 2 games. But I think
yeah.
that if Indiana wants to win, they have to win the next 2 home games. I think if it comes back 2-2, then yeah, it's going to be OKC. But I'll say OKC wins the next 2 away.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sticking with the 5. It's kinda funny you brought up the Sixers Iverson thing. It kinda is like a little bit like Philadelphia won that first game in 2001, the finals. I know,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna compare Tyrese to Allen Iverson, but they did just like clutch-wise, they made like a big basket.
he had the
And
moment, right?
yeah, 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 the finals moment, and then the next 4 wins by the Lakers. So I kinda see it something like that. Lakers, they won by 10 the second game, they won by 5 the next, the 14 the next, and 12 the next. So, In Philadelphia, that first game went to OT and they won by 6. Iverson went crazy, but he had like 48 or something. Dang,
I
Shaq
would
had
say, like,
44 and 20.
another, like, finals that kinda reminds me of was, like, another Lakers finals, like, Lakers Pistons in, like, '04, where it was
Yeah,
also
yeah,
1-1. It just the Lakers didn't win game 1, they won game 2, and then they lost the next 3, and game 2 was,
yeah.
like, a crazy game where Kobe hit a 3 and they went into overtime, and the Lakers, like, yeah, so they won game 2
Straight
and they're
by.
1-1 scraped by, but then they got absolutely blown out
Yeah.
in the next games, and it was just, yeah, dismantling. So that series ended 4-1 too. So I feel like it might be headed towards that route, unless they can,
Yeah.
unless the home court and Carlisle, like we said, had the biggest advantage. Like the Pacers had is Carlisle.
Coaching.
So
Yeah.
if Carlisle could figure some things out, I mean, he did it in 2011 when he had Nowitzki and the underdog Mavericks. So
Yeah.
against the Heatles. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get some just competitive games though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it'll give us a little sweat, not like a complete destroying. Cody, yeah, the Kings were linked to Siakam. It's like January 2024 before he went to the Pacers.
He didn't want to go there though, I think.
Yeah, there's always conflicted reports. Yeah, like one, he didn't want to like he didn't want to.
Extend, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to extend with the Kings. That was one rumor, and there was another rumor like the Kings didn't want to like pay him the max. There's like
Oh,
two rumors. So, but
yeah, I mean,
I do lean towards the. I don't think he wanted
ladder.
to extend. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that he did because like you don't see a lot of players wanting to go to Indiana, so I think that he kind of just found like he kind of like I mean, kudos to him. He like found a good fit
yeah,
where he can win and he can fit in their system. So maybe that's why smart guy, man. Maybe that's why he wanted to go to Indiana, and he told them he'd extend with them. So yeah, I
yeah.
think that's the reason.
And
Just
like
another
Tyrese, like playing with Tyrese is cool and
playing with
fun.
Tyrese. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you would have kept Tyrese at the Kings, then maybe he would have wanted to extend there.
Yeah.
But just another player to turn down Sacramento, man.
It's tough. It's tough. Speaking of Sacramento, let's just talk about them for a little bit. There's some rumors coming around here. A lot of point guard rumors. All this Lamelo Trey stuff. I don't know how they would get them, but there's some rumors lately. I've been hearing on a different podcast, the Zach Lowe podcast. I believe I haven't actually listened to it, but I've been hearing on the Twitter that that Darius Garland might be on the hot seat here, and that the Kings might be interested. So I don't know what you think about that. I don't know what it would take to get him. He's out for the yeah. They announced he has an injury. He's out for like the 4 or 5 months from today, so
Yeah.
he probably won't be good until like
They'll probably
mid
miss the first
November.
few weeks of the season.
Yeah, so let's just say he's okay by like this. He's like he'll be in good shape by like mid November, maybe end of November, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like what do you like? I don't know why Cavs would want to get rid of him. I don't know if they don't think he's a good fit with Donovan, but I think that's kind of weird that they would want to trade him because they kind of like those both those guards like being good scorers and stuff for the team. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know why the Cavs. I'm a big fan of Darius Garland. I really liked him coming into the league. I think that obviously he had some injury trouble. Not just like this year with his toe, like last season. You remember with his jaw.
Hmm.
So he's had a couple like kind of weird injuries that have sidelined him. So I think he's had some terrible injury luck. I think he's a great player. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously he would be perfect. I think for the Kings, that's what they need. Obviously, a pass first point guard, which he is,
Yeah.
but he can also shoot. He's a good ball handler. I think that he's just a whole
Hmm.
package. Obviously, the biggest knock on him is his defense. Um, but I think in terms of like offensive package, like he pretty much has it all for a point guard. But like you said, I don't know what. Not just like why would the Cavs trade him, but like why would they trade him to the Kings? Like what are the Kings gonna get? The Cavs are like a win now team. They're gonna
Yeah.
want to like go for it all in the East next year with Tatum out. So like, what are they gonna get back from Sacramento that's gonna help them like make them better than what they can give up if they trade? I mean, they're not gonna want the bonus they have unless they move
Yeah.
maybe Jared Allen. I mean,
Yeah.
so which I know Jared Allen's been on the trade block too.
Yeah.
But they have Mobley, so I don't think they were gonna want Levine. Maybe I think well, they're not going to give up Garland for like Levine or DeRozan. So I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see the link at all.
Yeah, that's I don't see how it just doesn't mesh. I do like Darius Garland coming to the Sacramento Kings. Like you said, he is. I know Cody's asking, is he a good ball handler? Um,
Yeah, he's a
is he better
great
than
ball
De'Aaron
handler.
Fox? Like I don't know. Like compared to Fox, like they're
Um,
similar-ish.
Similar, yeah,
Yeah.
very similar, I think.
Handle the ball more than Garland. Sexton and Mitchell handle the ball more.
Um,
Sexton's on the Jazz, but I know they
Sexton,
had him. They had him at some point, but
Sexton, yeah, they did. They traded him to the Jazz. Mitchell, obviously, he's a first option. I mean,
yeah.
no one's denying that he's the number one option in Cleveland. But he's not a better playmaker. I think Garland's a better playmaker than Mitchell, like better passer. I
Hmm.
think Donovan Mitchell's a better scorer, and I think their ball handling is probably on the similar level. I want to say one's absolutely better than the other, but I think with Mitchell is he's just bigger, more athletic than Garland. So,
The thing is, the Cleveland is over the second apron right now, so
oh
I
yeah,
don't, and so they're probably in a bit of a luxury tax thing here, and that's probably why there's rumors of them trying to get rid of him. So that could be the
they don't
reason.
want to pay him.
Yeah, um, which is
What is he on? Is he
fine.
on a max right now? I think he's on a max right now, isn't he?
He's getting his contract is let's see, uh, man, 37 this year. There are so 39 next year, 42 the year after, 45 after that.
I think a good team for Garland.
Rich Paul's his agent.
Really?
Yeah, I think
He's
so.
Clutch Sports?
Let me
Oh
just
man, good
double
luck
check.
with that. But I think a good team for Garland would be the Magic.
Yeah,
I think the
yeah,
Magic is
that's
the
what people were
perfect.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, the Magic is like the perfect fit for him. That's exactly
yeah,
what they need.
yeah.
And the Magic have better pieces than the Kings they could send back, but still, I don't know if I'm Cleveland, I would be very, very cautious.
The one
I mean, I
report
guess
they
if they
said,
want to be cheap,
sorry, just to say one thing about the Magic thing. I think there was a report that the Cavs don't want to like trade him to like a Eastern team and whatever.
oh wow,
Uh, even though you
jeez,
just get the best package, wherever you get the
right?
best package.
Yeah. Um. So, yeah, but that's yeah, I guess like
Cody throwing some
Cody's Cody's
callers.
killing it here.
That's funny.
No, I did. Yeah, we got to check that out after the show.
Yeah.
We missed that. We missed that. But yeah, go back
uh,
to Garland. I mean, yeah, it's funny that teams like in the East are like all of a sudden just being super cautious just because of how open it's going to be next year.
yeah.
Like who's going to go where and whatnot. So I don't know. I mean, you're cutting off like half the teams in the NBA just by saying you don't want to trade for a team in the East. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best negotiation tactic here.
But yeah, I would love Darius Garland. I know there was a local uh, NBA or sorry, a local Sacramento Kings sports station here on the Insiders. Kyle Madsen was throwing out a trade here, giving the props for it. So he said it. He basically said Jared Allen and Darius Garland for Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, and 2 first-round picks.
DeMarcus Sabonis, Devin Carter, 2 first-round picks for Jared Allen and Darius Garland.
Yeah.
Why would
Uh,
the I don't know what the Cavs aren't going to do that. I
it
mean, why
depends
would
how
the Cavs?
badly they want to be under that second apron, I guess. But
No, the
yeah.
Cavs fans would absolutely revolt if they did that trade. And they already have an owner that's like Dan Gilbert. Like he's an owner that he is known for being cheap. Actually, I think he does have that
Yeah.
rep. But man, if he did that, I think I think he's just gonna. I mean, he's a billionaire. Like I think they would absolutely just start demanding to sell the team, and it would just get
Yeah.
ugly fast. Like,
Yeah.
um,
That
yeah,
would be successful
trade machine.
in the trade machine. Sabonis and Carter for
Sabonis and
Garland
Devin
and
Cards for
Allen.
yeah. And also
And
like
like
the will it just be like I'm assuming like unprotected picks like later down the
yeah.
line.
Yeah, like 2 first unprotected. That's the only
Yeah.
way it would like work, like for us to like get good
Oh wow,
value, like get
Cody's saying he would pass on that as a Kings fan. Oh wow, would you take that trade? Yeah, I would jump on that ASAP.
2 firsts, Devin Carter and
I mean,
Sabonis.
as a Kings fan, you got to take that, right? That's like a no
Uh,
brainer, right? I guess. I mean,
the
unless you're worried about the salary.
No, I don't care about the salary. I'm just worried about the 2 picks, and where it gets us. Like, is Jared Allen also young? What is he, 27? That's not bad. And then, Darius Garland, just want to make sure his age here.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
actually, like you said, that's a good point. Like the timelines. I mean, obviously they want to contend, so every all indications point toward the Kings trying to compete. So
25. Yeah.
maybe they can.
At least they're young. Like, even if they don't want, like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
could
so
always flip
25.
them.
Yeah. So 25 and 27 is fine. I would do it. You're getting
25
you.
pick.
No, 25. He's 25 years old. Garland's 25.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 25, 27 first round picks. I was like, wait, what?
No,
No, I
uh,
got you. 25 and 27, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, that's not too bad. So I mean, yeah, you're getting Darius Garland. And we both don't like Sabonis that much. We don't think he's that much valuable. So getting like Garland and Allen is pretty good value.
Yeah, no.
Um,
He said Cody's saying the same thing as you. He wants the first round picks. Yeah, I mean, look, keep your picks. I mean, we've been advocating for that here since day one, and we've been advocating that the Kings should absolutely blow it up, but it just seems like they don't have any indication
like
to go in that route.
the counter to to defend Cody a little bit. He doesn't want to trade the first either. But if the Kings make this trade, and I guess it depends on what other moves they make, but you got to be careful. Like, if you're gonna do this and get Garland and Allen, you better not be like staying that much. Like, how much better are you getting? Like, are we becoming like? All right, so let's just say we think we're like the 12th best team in the West today. Like, are we moving up to like 8th, ninth with
No, you're
this?
probably
Like,
just a
I don't
playing
know.
team.
Like, are we just moving
The
up 2
West is too
spots?
crowded. This is the thing. The West is too
Yeah,
crowded. Like, I mean, Scott Perry has to look at that and just like, I mean, they messed up. Honestly, they would if they don't blow it up like this summer, then, or at
they're
least if
just
they don't
wasting
start
time.
tanking in December, then that would
Yeah,
just honestly be like organizational like malpractice. Like, you're not going anywhere in the West. Like, it would be an absolute disaster if they did what they did this year and just try to like compete to where they ended up with. Well, they have their own pick next year, but if they
yeah,
just ended up with like even like a 10 through 14 pick, like if I was them, I would just like full blown tank and hope to get in like the top five.
yeah,
Um, and maybe you can like get a top four pick or something because next year's class actually isn't bad. I mean, they got Cam
yeah.
Boozer, Debansa. There's some good players that are supposed to allegedly, be like super talented players that you could build around.
Yeah, we'll see. I know the Kings are trying to get a point guard badly, and there's all these rumors. And like, let's just throw this one here. Um, Drew Holiday is another one that's on the rumor mill here. Boston's in the luxury tax. They don't want to pay it next year, especially now that Tatum is not going to be playing for the whole year. So they're going to try to get rid of some contract stuff like that. Drew Holiday, I know he's like what, like he's a little bit older. I forgot if he's like 34, 35 now.
Yeah. Drew
Um,
Holiday, yeah. I think he's like 34. Let me look.
yeah, and
Drew
then
Holiday's 34. Oh, his birthday's on June 12th. Okay, so he's about to be 35.
35, and I think he's making like he has like 3 more years on the contract and like making like 40 mil or something.
I would, yeah, yeah. Look, I'm gonna say right now, he looked washed in these playoffs.
Yeah,
Like it did not look good in these playoffs. And that's typically how these guards, these elite perimeter guards age. Like once they get older, they're just not as they don't move laterally as quickly. Obviously, they're just not as athletic. Um, so yeah, I would stay away from Drew Holiday. I think Drew
yeah,
Holiday is gonna get traded though. I think he's
yeah,
for sure like Boston's gonna move off of him, and I think Porzingis too.
yes,
Um, Man, they both looked awful. Well, I mean,
yeah,
Porzingis looked absolutely dreadful, but
yeah,
Jrue Holiday was not as bad as Porzingis. But Jrue Holiday looked like he looked like he lost a step in these playoffs.
yeah,
Um, that's one that I could see the Kings actually trading for, just based on all the like the rah stuff Scott Perry was saying,
yeah.
like defense and all that stuff,
To stay relevant.
to stay relevant. So and I don't think he's gonna be super expensive to acquire.
No,
So, I mean, maybe it depends on what the Celtics are trying to get.
give him like
Um,
DeMar DeRozan or something. I don't know.
looks like they're saying they're seeking a first round pick. I don't think, yeah, I don't know. That's if
That's a
it's a
little
first
bit
round pick, it's
much.
gonna be a low first round
Yeah,
pick for Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Looks like that's what reported. They're listening to holiday offers and they're targeting a first round pick. Along with whatever reduced salary comes back in the deal. So they're obviously going to try to get him off the books because of that large salary. Yeah, good luck with that, man. If I'm a team, I would be, unless I'm like super like contending, like maybe in Eastern Conference team where I guess he could maybe like be. I just don't think he has it in him at this point in his career to really be like the difference in like a championship team. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, if I'm Sacramento, I for sure would not do it.
Yeah, I mean, we were both on the same page. We want to get this team to rebuild mode, so as soon as possible, not try to do these stupid move, maybe like play-in type moves. It's just ridiculous. Flores saying it looks like he wants the Garland trade. If it is the two first, Devin Carter and Sabonis, not I get it. I get it. They're both young. It's not a bad play. Um, it's really not that bad. It just depends
I mean, you can't.
how.
I don't blame Flores. I mean, it seems like every Kings pick recently has just not hit. So
Yeah.
obviously, he's gonna be pessimistic.
And then when it does hit, we're just trading them away.
Yeah, exactly. The one pick that did hit is playing in the NBA Finals for another small market team. So yeah, I mean, I understand the pessimism.
All right, let's get to the last two topics here. We got looks like the rumors, which is we were correct on a few months ago, where we had KD going to either the Rockets, Heat, or the Spurs. And there's reports. Looks like Bill Simmons is reporting that there might be a done deal already with the Spurs and
Oh wow.
uh, the Phoenix Suns, where Kevin Durant would be going to the Spurs. Um, what are your thoughts on that? And do you think it's true? That would make the San Antonio a pretty fun team to watch. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, so it looks like Bill Simmons said that he wouldn't be surprised if the KD to the Spurs deal is done already and they just haven't
Mhm.
announced it. They've agreed to specifics and they were just waiting for the week of the draft. Huh. So I'll say Bill Simmons is pretty plugged in.
Yeah.
So I don't
Whenever he
think he's
says
just
stuff
gonna
like
throw this out there. So the
that.
source is say whatever you want about his takes, but the source I think is, he's pretty plugged into the NBA and the league around. And so I think that, there might be some where there's smoke, there's fire. So I mean the Spurs were always a destination for like whether it was Giannis or KD, there are always people. I mean, they've had rumors especially since they won the second pick in the draft. But yeah, in terms of fit, it's interesting. I think that, I mean, yeah, I don't think they're. I think he's going to be cheap to acquire
Yeah.
KD, so I don't think they're going to have to give up much. I mean, they didn't. I mean, they didn't even give up much to get De'Aaron Fox, to be honest. So they have a smart front office there.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth a risk, especially if because I think KD has one more year on his deal. So if it's just like a 1 year rental and you're not giving up much, then I don't really see the downside of taking this risk. Like we said, the only thing is that the West is stacked, but you have Victor, De'Aaron Fox. You're gonna hold on to that number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to if you get Giannis, that number 2 pick is gone. So I think they're probably. I mean, I honestly like this would not shock me at all. So I think that San Antonio is a good fit for him. You'd be playing Fox, KD, Wemby. I mean, just the length alone is a problem. So you have Castle still, Sohan. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think San Antonio next season is going to be, assuming they're healthy. I think they're going to be a problem.
Yeah. I'm just doing a quick trade here on the
KD.
uh yeah, KD here. I'm gonna share right now. Um,
Oh
sorry,
wow, you
sneeze
gave
there.
up a lot. What?
I mean, I don't know if do you think this is a lot. Devin Vassell and a first rounder basically, and then the rest is like,
What's the first rounder? Atlanta's 2027 first.
yeah, is that
No, actually, that's not a. That's probably gonna be in the 20s.
yeah, like I feel like it's like a
No,
yeah, it's like a mid.
2027 Atlanta. Atlanta does have good young pieces. They're a good young team. Malachi Branham, yeah, he's not. He's
He's
not.
nothing
He's
special.
irrelevant.
Harrison is just like an expiring.
Harrison is an expiring. I guess the Suns would get. Devin
Vassell's not bad.
Vassell for
Yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
The only problem with that, the
That's
only
not a
problem
bad deal.
yeah, the only problem is that Vassell's is a shooting guard, so I don't know how that would work with Booker. Do they just both? I guess they played Booker before at point guard.
They
They
did.
have Beal though too, so I
I
don't know
don't
how
know
they're gonna
what
do a
Jordan
three
Ott,
tech.
I mean, who they just hired is gonna do. So, like you said, they still have Beal, who's probably gonna.
One of the worst
I don't know what they're gonna
contracts.
do with Beal. I don't know with that
Yeah,
no trade clause. He's gonna be hard to move. But I even think like even he has to look at the mirror and like yo like he's got to move to a contender.
yeah.
Like so, I don't know if it's just they agree to like some sort of buyout or something eventually with Beal.
I don't know who else
Um,
they would want. Like maybe it'd be Keldon Johnson. But I don't think they're trading Stephon Castle.
no.
Yeah,
Castle's not going
yeah.
anywhere.
I'm not. I'd be surprised if they threw in Sohan. I'd be very surprised. Um, I don't know. I just I think those three players seem the most
I feel
likely, I guess.
Cody's saying I feel San Antonio may not want to give De'Aaron a big deal. Yeah, the De'Aaron thing's interesting because they have like if they the number 2 pick, I'm assuming they're gonna draft Dylan Harper. And like if you watch Dylan
Yeah,
Harper, he's like a lefty point guard, scoring point guard. He's almost like very
Fox.
similar to De'Aaron. Like it's
Yeah,
almost like the same thing. So I don't know if you just want him to like sort of like an NFL where the QB just sits behind the starter, the
in
rookie
the beginning.
QB.
Yeah,
Yeah, just sort of do that with Dylan Harper and De'Aaron. But man, I don't know if I wonder if they have some like buyer's remorse with De'Aaron because they are gonna have to pay him, and now Giannis is probably might be available. So,
yeah,
but then again, they pretty much got De'Aaron for nothing. So, yeah,
yeah,
I did think that did cross my mind too. Like, what are they gonna do with De'Aaron? Like, is there even like a chance like he's not Spur next year, or I don't know, but
yeah. They got Castle and Harper. Like
and they
that's a
got
decent
Castle
amount of
and
guard.
Harper exactly. Like, that's probably gonna be their future. Like could De'Aaron be like maybe 1-2 years and done in San Antonio? It's gonna be I don't know. San Antonio is very interesting, like you said.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's a good deal. That's not a bad
yeah.
deal. In the trade machine that you just cooked up.
Yeah, it's it'll be. I mean, because I don't think like he's not worth the crazy amount. Durant, like he's not like like the old days, 4 picks or 5 picks or
No,
something for this guy. So
no. I mean, he's like what Kevin Durant 36. Yeah. Let me look at his contract. I think his contract is
just like Golden State, just like Golden State, Cody.
damn Harrison Barnes. Yeah. Let me see.
Oh man, fiery winter here, throwing saying the Kings could have
Fire
had Sally
Winter.
still. We don't want to cry. We've dealt with this too much,
Fire
man.
Winter, a new viewer.
Yeah,
Welcome, Fire Winter. Welcome to the show, man. Yeah, we've trashed the Kings a lot on this show, man.
yeah,
It's been a Kings downpour since pretty much the beginning, just begging for them to blow it up. So
yeah.
the Kings are going to be a very interesting team this summer.
There's a
So
lot of interest this summer. I
this
mean,
summer,
what I think didn't Sham say that it's going to be a crazy summer this
yeah,
year?
that's what James said. Champ said it's going to
Yeah,
be a crazy summer. I mean, there's a lot of superstars on the block.
yeah, and I think
So
like the CBA, I think it's like a lot of teams are in the luxury cap. They want to get out of it, so there's gonna be like cheaper player, like not cheaper, but like there's gonna be players that are good that are expensive, but like they'll give them up a little easier, stuff like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of the teams. I think the CBA kind of promotes like more like trades and stuff like that, and like players in like different cities and stuff. After a couple
yeah,
years, so
maybe especially with like the second apron and like teams
yeah,
just they kind of have to move off like players they might not want to pay just to
yeah,
avoid that like dreaded second apron. So because man, yeah, once you're in that second apron, it really like limits your moves, like not
yeah,
just cap flexibility, like free agents, and there's just like so much you can't do. So that might be a reason that they do. And like Flores mentioning OKC will be at or near the top still. Like, yeah, that's true, but they got to pay like J Dub and Chet Holmgren. So
yeah,
there was even like talks of them moving maybe one or both for Giannis this summer if they didn't win. Like, if they assume like if they would have lost to like Denver in like 7, then
yeah.
maybe they would have traded for Giannis just because it's better to have like one player on that super max instead of like two just absolutely cooking your cap. So yeah, OKC though will definitely be. I think they'll have more challengers in the West next year though,
Yeah,
especially with like San Antonio. San Antonio, Houston will be more mature. Houston's another team that they're heavily involved in trade rumors.
I just get so this is random, but I just get so surprised that like I mean I guess all these guys are crazy rich, but like all these teams in luxury tax, like Phoenix has got to pay like 190 million in luxury tax, and the owner's just gonna pay that out of pocket. Like that,
Their owner is crazy, man.
Like Minnesota has to pay 100 million in luxury tax. They're like around the second apron. That's a lot of money. Boston has got to pay like 65 million in luxury tax. Like this is
Boston's
coming
gonna
out of
try
the
to. I think Boston's gonna try to
yeah they'll
avoid that.
yeah they'll try to get out of it, but like it's pretty crazy. Like these are just coming out of the pockets of the owner and just like
Well, these are
I don't
new
know.
owners too, like Ishbia with
Yeah,
the Suns. Like Timberwolves got new owners with A-Rod
yeah,
and whatnot. So yeah, I mean this is that new owners. They just want to come in and splash the cash, but I mean it cost Phoenix. You saw what Ishbia did when he came in. That new owner syndrome. You have to be very careful. But yeah, I mean if you're smart and like can maneuver moves and like go like the OKC route where
Mhm,
you have players on a similar timeline and just have like that one superstar that's on a max deal
mhm.
and just have everyone sort of like on, not super maxes. So yeah, I think the era of like the big three superstars that,
It's
we
dying.
saw a lot is kind of dead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got to be like have one or two stars and then just throw around a bunch of rookies and like role players.
Yeah. Like 3 and D,
Yeah,
like mid
it's
level, maybe
like
like 20,
OKC is
30
doing it
mil.
right, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like OKC did.
Yeah,
Um, KD's getting traded for sure. Yeah, we just talked about that. It's looking like, hey, we did call it. You did call it on the show a couple months
Spurs.
ago, man. The NBA Guru
Spurs.
show. You don't get predictions like this.
Yeah, this
Back
is
then,
the
say he's going to San Antonio or
yeah. We had
Miami
3
or what was the other
teams.
team?
We
Houston.
had 3 teams, yeah, Houston, Heat, and San Antonio. Those were the 3 we called a guaranteed
There you
lock.
go, man.
KD's
Guaranteed
going.
lock 2 months ago, man. Two
Yeah,
months ago. Good,
this
good
is
call there.
this is where we get the best of the best, man. The best calls are in this building, and we're not plugged in like everyone. We just make elite logical sense.
Just connecting the dots, man.
Yeah, that's all we do here. But yeah, well, it's gonna be interesting, like you said. We'll see how all this shapes up. All these different teams trying to get out of the cap and tax, and it will be a summer for the books, I think. Like Shams is
Yeah.
reporting. But let's get to something even crazier. Even crazier. DeMarcus Cousins. When you think of crazy, you think DeMarcus Cousins. Then, as the NBA history goes, and today he's still playing. He's still playing basketball, and he's playing basketball in Puerto Rico. And we almost had a Malice in the Palace type play today. Cousins talking to a fan courtside. The fan courtside flips him off right to his face. Cousins then holds his balls to his face, to the fan's face, and then he tries to touch him or something, and then they get into an altercation. The other players are coming in, fans are coming are trying to block it, and it's just ugly stuff. Getting baited like that by Cousins, and then Cousins goes to the locker room, gets ejected, and he start again flipped off again, and then he tries to flip off the fan. The fan gets mad, throws alcohol or water, whatever it is, and a
Beer, looks like.
few fans throw liquid at him, and he raged. And I don't know about you, but do you think that I mean, this is going too far, but do you think someone could have gotten killed if there was no if there was no police, guys? I don't know, bro. He
Yeah,
could have punched.
look at the video if you guys haven't watched it, Cody. Look it up.
Yeah,
Just look up DeMarcus
it
Cousins. It's
is.
like trending on Twitter and stuff. But
Yeah,
no, killed is crazy. I think maybe it was like I don't know. What was it in Puerto Rico, right?
yeah.
No, I
Like
think
he would have
killed a
like.
little
Do you think
extreme.
he
I
could
think
have
Malice
saw?
in the yeah, he did. What happened?
No, I'm saying like, do you like if Cousins
Oh,
was
if Cousins would like sock someone, he could have like
yeah,
maybe
like
aggravated like assault.
yeah,
Maybe Cousins, I don't know, man. Cousins like how old is he now, man? Like does he not learn like from
37 or
his
something, or 38. I don't know.
36? Oh, that's Kirk Cousins. Hold up.
Yeah.
Wrong Cousins. 34. He's only 34, honestly. He's not even that
Oh
old.
wow. Yeah.
In terms of like NBA, anyway, but man, like come on, man. Like why you like fans are gonna like that's what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna try to aggravate you, and that's what they want, man. They want a reaction. But yeah, that was a crazy video. Watch it if you haven't. It was like so almost like Malice in the Palace. That's like he was going into the crowd, like
Yeah.
man, he had grabbing someone in the hallway, throwing him down, and like
Yeah.
going
There's like 4 guys putting
man,
them
just
down and stuff.
yeah,
Yep,
like 4
4
guys
just
throwing
said
him down, and then like they're just like trying to hold him back, and even like courtside, like the fans were like he was like physically like grabbing the fan courtside,
yeah.
and then I mean just flipping people off, like man, like if you're him, like, man, just be smart. Just run to the locker room, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's nothing, man. He should see like soccer atmospheres in Europe, man.
Yeah.
Compared to that, he wouldn't last like a week there.
Yeah.
So
He
it's
get
like,
baited
come
every
on,
day,
man.
and
Yeah, he would get, yeah, exactly. Like he's getting baited by like fans in Puerto Rico. Like, I don't know, man. Some people just never learn, never grow up. That was the issue with him. Always his temper when he
yeah.
was in the league. But yeah, man, Cousins in his prime though.
Yeah, Draymond. Yeah,
I mean,
Draymond still hasn't learned. Steve Kerr kind of lets him run. Lets him do his
Draymond was not as
thing.
bad as Cousins.
Yeah, it's not
So
as bad, but
no,
it's kind of
no,
yeah.
no, no.
No, it's not.
Draymond, yeah, he's bad, but he's not like Cousins bad. Cousins has like, man, it seems like he's like no restraint, man.
Yeah, like anger management
Like anger
issues. Like
management,
yeah,
exactly.
like he
I'm
wants
pretty
to
sure it's
punch someone
constant.
like in the audience. Like
Yeah,
Draymond's not trying to
exactly.
punch
He's like
people.
throwing
Draymond's
hands
not
in the
trying to.
audience.
Yeah, Draymond's not trying to go to the fans and like fight them. Like he's just like
Yeah,
kind of tinkers with the players and
Draymond's mostly like his
yeah,
mouthpiece. Like it's more
yeah,
trash talk, like or like some people say he's like dirty or do like these shady antics. But
yeah,
Cousins is like straight out, like he just wants to street fight,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he'll
He
street fight
intimidate.
you, fan, intimidate. Like he does
Yeah,
not care.
yeah.
So that's a crazy video though. Like watch it, man.
Yeah, it's kind of underrated. Like I just popped, like I
It
didn't
just
really hear
happened,
about it.
right?
Yeah, it happened like in 2 hours ago, I think, or something.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, 2 hours ago. Damn, yeah.
And maybe it's
This might
late in
it
the
might
East.
catch fire later.
Yeah, maybe in the morning or something tomorrow.
Man.
Some Kings fans still want him on the team.
Hey, Cousins in his prime. Oh,
Yeah,
what a player, man.
yeah.
What a beast, man. I mean, they just don't make him like Cousins anymore.
No, he has a passion for the game. At least Grant's gonna love watching this. Yeah, I thought of Grant too.
He's
Uh,
oh man, they got some material for tomorrow.
yeah,
Um,
but
yeah,
yeah, it's
Steven Adams and LeBron's, yeah. What would you- yeah, I mean that's what thing like he kind of tries to does it. He doesn't do like sly.
yeah,
Like he tries
just
to
like
get away
little
with it. He tries to make it look like an accident, you know. Cousins
yeah.
is like, he's not gonna make it look like an accident. He's gonna like,
He wants to
go
fight
straight at
you.
you. Yeah, exactly. He wants to like straight up fight you, like it's a high school fight. Like, man, 34 years old, you can't be doing that, man.
Yeah, like man, he like
Puerto Rico League. I didn't even know he was playing in the Puerto Rican League.
oh yeah. I knew he was in Puerto Rico, but I didn't know it was I mean, you mentioned it. Like it looks pretty fire in the stadium. Like it's a good atmosphere. I might
Yeah,
have to
man,
check
that
out one of those
atmosphere
games
looked
one day.
good. Better than
Yeah.
like an average New Orleans Pelicans game, man.
And in the video, I think I saw Danilo Gallinari in the game. I don't know if he was playing against. I don't remember if he was against him or.
Damn,
But
I
it
have
looks
to
like
tap into the
Danilo.
Puerto
Yeah.
Rican League this summer, man. After the finals, if we're at a ball, I might just have to tap in, man. Because yeah, the atmosphere looked legit. Looked like a European soccer match.
Yeah. I think previously played. I mean, there's some decent players that have played there. Tyreek has played there. Will Barton has played in it. Hassan Whiteside, Brandon
Yeah,
Knight, Taco Fall is on a team. Um, but yeah, it is some not might have to check it out one of these days. But yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, we're gonna have another show this week. I think most likely we're thinking Thursday for the show, or Wednesday, maybe after the finals game. We'll see. Look out for that either Wednesday or Thursday, to talk some NBA after the or game 3 and see if the Indiana's a lead or
in
not.
Indiana.
But yeah,
What's your
we're
prediction for Game 3?
Man, man, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, I gotta stick with it. I think OKC's just gonna win the next 3 games. Just that they're gonna win in 5. I think that they're too good. I don't think lightning in a bottle again against OKC. I don't see it. So we'll see. I mean, what do you? We both think they're gonna win,
I'll
right? The next
say
few games.
OKC. The 108, Indiana 104. What?
Oh wow.
I'll just say something like that. 108, 104 OKC. I think it'll be a tight game. I
I
think it'll
got
be a close game.
112. OKC 112. Indiana 100.
Oh wow, you think they're gonna win by double digits? Is the
Yeah.
line out?
Oh, okay. Now I have to guess if you're gonna look it up.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. What do you think
I'm
it is?
gonna guess OKC minus 5.5.
Wow, you didn't? You sure you didn't see it? You
I
got it
swear I
right
didn't see it.
on.
Are you serious?
Damn, man, you got it spot on. It's OKC minus 5.5.
That's
On
crazy.
ESPN Bet anyway. I'm on
I just
ESPN.
I just feel like whenever it's like a weird, I don't know, kind of game, it's like 5.5, like when they're like it's a big favorite. Yeah.
That's crazy. 5.5 on the road though. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot because
That's a
it's what
lot.
home court's three
No
points, so it
respect.
really is
They're
eight and a
not
half.
respect yeah, they're not respecting Indiana at all.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. Watch us later in the week, and we'll have a second show here. Continuing 2 times a week. If you guys haven't subscribed, like the pod, follow us on all the good stuff, Spotify, YouTube. And we're still cooking. We're still gonna be during here in the
We'll be
summer.
back with more King stuff.
Yeah, and once the King stuff starts blowing up, we'll be
We'll
here
be
and
on alert. Yep.
trying
Got
to
our
make
phones
this.
ready.
Yeah, we're trying to make this pod
Get
bigger
the
and better.
emergency pods ready.
Yeah.
Once
We'll see what.
Sabonis and DeRozan
Yeah.
and Levine are traded.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys all joining, and